Okay, thank you for stopping in again at Nine World Chronicles. Today I want to talk a little bit about the Inhumans. Now, I recently binged the 8-episode kind of miniseries that's up on Disney Plus about them. So I want to talk about them in a couple of different ways, kind of what I think their impact was. But today I just want to focus on them as, a civilization, as a species, kind of some backstory stuff. So the Inhumans were created over 25,000 years ago by some Kree genetic experiments on early humans. And this resulted in basically a subspecies that's capable of superhuman mutations via exposure to this Terrigen Mist. Now, this is a very closed-off civilization that's a monarchy driven, and it's kind of evolved away from mainstream humans. And they reside in a hidden city that first was on Earth, but eventually they relocated to the far side of the moon. Now, in terms of their organizational strength, they operate as a monarchy, and Black Bolt holds absolute power. But the Genetic Council serves as a regulatory body that works with them and determines who undergoes the Terrigenesis. Their command is pretty strict. You've got Black Bolt, who is a king, military supreme leader; Medusa, who is a queen, political strategist; Karnak, who is a military advisor and strategist; Crystal, who serves as a diplomatic representative; Gorgon, who is the head of the royal security; and Maximus, who is the science advisor, although he's, most often a rogue agent. So because of this kind of internal fighting, they struggle with some internal stability. While Maximus is the ongoing threat, like he's always, why they bring him back in, I don't fully understand. And they also have kind of limited alliances because they've served as, kind of being isolationists. They don't have a lot of real strong alliances. So I'm going to rate them kind of like, in terms of that, a little bit lower on the scale, because they've got some internal instability. Now, in terms of overall combat strength and military, they have Black Bolt, who is an amazing weapon. He can annihilate entire cities with just a whisper. Medusa is very tactical and great at close combat. Karnak is a master of weak points. He can analyze and exploit any structure or combat weakness. Gorgon is kind of the head of their infantry. He is that seismic waves that he can cause with his feet. And Lockjaw is kind of a teleporting unit. So they've got some really powerful beings within their fold. In terms of overall army size, they don't have a massive standing army, although they do have a royal guard. And again, this is a limited population, so when I'm judging them against other civilizations like the Asgardians or Wakanda, there's going to be some relative difference. So they're going to be a smaller combat rank than, say, like the Wakandans, who have advanced technology and so forth. Now, they do have access to resources and technology. The Terrigen crystals are the most valuable for their civilization because it facilitates their mutations. But overall, because of their locations and the multiple locations, they always have a restriction to natural resources, and they're more dependent on self-sufficiency and technology. Their population is going to be in small numbers, so they have a limited workforce. They're going to rely on some automation and some genetic specializations rather than a mass labor force. And they do have access to some advanced technology, primarily Kree-inspired technology, but they have advanced genetics, they have force field generators, they have energy-based weaponry, and they can travel through space. They also have got, through mutations, teleportation. But in terms of they do have access to interstellar travel because of this Kree technology. So overall, they're, again, kind of above a mid-level in terms of technology. Overall, I think they have some real relative strengths. They're excellent and elite warriors, technology and advanced genetic, making them a formidable force if they're going up against any other civilization. But they do lack a large standing army. They lack real allies because they have limited diplomatic ties, and they have some instability at the top. So when I compare them to other organizations or civilizations, they're going to be relatively weak in a lot of those areas. So overall, I rank them at a 6 because they do have some pretty exceptional powers. I'm thinking not only Black Bolt, but some of the other Inhumans have some abilities that haven't been brought to the surface. So that's kind of my thoughts on them, just on the raw data, what it tells me about them. I'm going to talk in another video about what I thought about the show and kind of what it represents. But as always, if you have more that you want to add to this piece, please drop it in the comment section. And as always, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe.